So now I'm going to go over how to solve two-step equations. This means solving an equation by just using two steps. The difference between this one and the previous problems that I showed you, besides the fact that we have one step and then now it's two steps, is that now we have two numbers on the same side with the variable, which is the reason why we are doing two steps, because we want to get rid of both of them separately and move them to the other side in order to isolate the variable. So in this case, we have 2n plus 9 equals 15. So we have the 2 and the 9 that are on the same side with the n, right? So we have this plus 9 and we have this 2 that it's multiplying the variable n. So we need to get rid of both of those two numbers. So the question is, which one do we get rid of first? And what I'm going to show you, it's just how to do it quick, how you can always go ahead and solve these two-step equations without having to find yourself working with like more complex fractions at any point. So you always want to get rid of the number that is not multiplying the letter. And the reason is, it's like thinking about getting rid of a friend or of a spouse. So positive 9, it's like a friend, and 2 is like the spouse. It's easier to get rid of the friend than the spouse. So we want to get rid of that positive 9 first, because if we get rid of the 2, right, we will have to divide. That means that we have to divide by 9 by 2, and then 15 by 2, which again, it'll take us to a more complex looking equation that will be dealing with fractions. So in order to avoid that, we always move first the number that doesn't have the variable, so the one that's not multiplying the variable. So 9 is adding, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and subtract. Again, by the property of equalities, if we're subtracting one side, we go ahead and subtract on the other side. So 9 minus 9 gives you 0. We can just go ahead and eliminate those two, and we end up with 2n equals 15 minus 9, which is going to be 6. Now, n is still not by itself, right? We still have that 2 multiplying it. So what we want to do is get rid of it by dividing. So we divide by 2 on both sides again. So this is a division. So 2 divided by 2 gives you 1, so we have 1n, or just n, equals 6 divided by 2, which is 3. So n equals 3. Okay, and that's how we solve this this two-step equation. Now I'm going to provide you another example, and this other example looks a little bit more complex than the one that I just did. So this is negative 4 over 9z plus 3 equals negative 7. So again, I'm going to begin by drawing that line through the equal sign. And again, I can see that I have plus 3, right, on the same side as z. And then I have negative 4 over 9. So which one do I want to get rid of first? Well, the positive 3, because it's not multiplying that letter. So I'm going to go ahead and do minus 3. The positive 3 and the negative 3 cancel, and I am left with negative 4 over 9 times z on the left side equals negative 7 minus 3, which is negative 10. Now, if you notice, this equation now looks like the one that we did previously with 5 over 9 times c. Now, in this case, we have negative 4 over 9, but again, to get rid of that 4 over 9, we're going to multiply times the reciprocal, which is the flipped version of the fraction. So we're going to go ahead and multiply times negative 9 over 4. Now I'm taking the negative because I have a negative right there already, and negative times negative will give me a positive variable, which is what I want as well. And then if we multiply on the left, we also multiply on the right, so negative 9 over 4. So this 4 cancels with this 4, 9 cancels with 9. Again, this is actually becoming a 1, right? I'm just gonna say that they cancel each other, but they actually become 1. So this is the letter 1z equals negative 10 over 1 times negative 9 over 4. So I multiply the two numerators. So negative 10 times negative 9 is positive 90 over 1 times 4, which is 4. So z equals positive 22.5. And there z has been found, which is 22.5. And that's how you solve two-step equations.